Are we ready? And Merry Christmas, guys! Or if you celebrate something else, Happy Holidays. I will warn, I am still sick, so there may be coughing. But I'm well enough to stream, so don't worry. We're good. I'm just gonna over to the nighttime version because it's nighttime. Okay, so the idea for today's stream is actually Marcus's idea. So hello, Marcus, in the chat. I managed to get a hold of most of everything, except for the phone app reality, because the way the phone to PC/laptop works is really weird. I can't just use my capture card for that. So, I couldn't get that model. But I think I've gotten everything else. I think so. So we'll see. I'll try to mute my mic when I feel like I got a coughing fit coming on, but if I do cough in your ears, I do apologize. Okay, so I mentioned this yesterday's stream. The music is Village of Elf by Nico Fan Music on VGen. And the background art is by DreamArt, also on VGen. So thank you to them too for having music that people can like buy and use for their streams. I believe I got everything set up ready. So we will swap to our usual quote-unquote gaming stream once we're ready to do the other thing, but I want to show off the actual model first before I show off all the old models. You don't hear the music? Oh, okay. Might just be too quiet then. That might be my bad. Is that better? I may actually have to check this myself. Okay, did that fix it? I will double check, obviously, myself, but let me know if that fixed it. Okay, I am so confused. I think OBS is having a hissy fit. Okay, I am so confused. Okay, I guess we're not having music then. It's fine. It's fine. It was doing stupid stuff last night as well. For some reason, it wasn't letting the audio from my capture card play through. So I couldn't hear anything from my PlayStation. So weird. So I'm guessing OBS is still having its hissy fit. That's fine as long as you can hear me. That is the most important thing. It's fine. It's fine. I'm sure OBS will fix whatever's glitches it's given itself eventually. We'll be fine. It's fine. We don't need music. I mean, what are we? We're not professional. Although I'm really stumped as to why it's being this way, but there we are. Okay, it looks like I fixed it. I fixed it. I don't know how I fixed it, but I fixed it. No, I just have to make sure it's not louder than me. There we go. OBS likes to be OBS. Anyway, we're here for a very special reason, aren't we, guys? Other than it being like your Christmas present of sorts, because we've been looking forward to this all year. All year I've been looking forward to this, and I'm sure you guys have too. We've gone through so many customizable models, each of them unique in their own little ways, and each of them really capturing how I feel as a VTuber, but always something missing. something unique to me. Well, we are finally official, guys. Finally official. I'm still probably going to be using the customizable ones here and there, but we have 3 models now, official models of our own. So we've already seen the 2 different Chibi ones. The one by Shiro and the other one, more official looking Chibi. But we've been waiting for a decently long enough time for our actual model. But it was finished. Oh, when was it finished? A couple of weeks ago? Because I really wanted to show it off last week, but then I caught this virus. So I've just been sick. Sorry. For God knows, 8 days. 8 days? No, it's 9 days now, I think. What day is it today? Is it Tuesday? Is it Wednesday? It's Wednesday, so... Yeah, 9 days. I've had this virus for 9 days. It's great. I say with all sarcasm. I wish I didn't have this illness. And I could be 100% for you guys, but it is what it is. No, the music isn't working anymore. OBS loves tormenting me, I think. It's fine. Whether the music works or not, it's fine. We'll worry about it at some other point. It's always nice to have a little bit of music in the background. Flu season, yeah, pretty much, John. It is flu season. I'm never usually this ill for this long, though. Like, it's ridiculous. Usually I'm, like, ill for, like, 3, maybe 4 days. And then I'm, like, back to my normal self. But I have not been able to stop coughing for 9 days now. And it's showing no signs of stopping. Just like the non-existent snow we usually get. Which, yeah, so we have no snow. I'm sure I was making a point there. Anyway, I was trying to make a reference to the song, but we never get snow because I live too close to the ocean, so it's too salty for snow here. So it's very rare we actually get snow. Yeah, my joke probably fell flat. I am so sorry. But this is what happens when I'm ill. I try to make jokes and they're pathetic. But I guess that's why you guys love me. Anyway, we're gonna start off with the little bitty shoes. The shoes are adorable. But we also have other shoes. So you'll get to see both costumes. Yes, I may have given a little bit away there, but it's fine because you don't know what the other costume is yet. It'll be fine. I do love the little physics in the dress, and there's something else I like, but I won't spoil that bit because then you'll know what it is. So we do have a cute little bow ties, bows on our shoes. And there's something about asymmetrical dresses that I love. So that's why we've gone for a lovely asymmetrical little dress. Which you'll see in just a moment. So we have the start of our little Welsh dragon tail. With this little curl. Because, you know, every Welsh dragon has to have a little curl in its tail. We're not Welsh dragons if we don't have that little curl. So I love the way the dress just kind of sparkles. It's very, very faint. Like, you can't see it very well. there are little sparkles in the dress. And I love it. And I love the little tippy tappies. I will try and mute it if I start having a coughing fit. So just bear with me if I stop talking for like a few seconds. I am probably dying. Hello, night. But yes, we have wonderful little feetsies. And a lovely asymmetrical dress that I love. As I said, I love asymmetrical. And my little knobbly knees. Because, you know, like my actual knees, they are knobbly. Ooh, it's dressed quite short up in the front, but that's okay. Because we're well within guidelines, so don't worry. We're actually modest. Not that it looks like at the front, but we are actually modest. But yeah, asymmetrical dresses, ones that are like either long in the back or short in the front, or long one side and short on the other side. I love those type of dresses. So that's what we went for. We went for a lovely asymmetrical dress. And I love the physics on it. And my little hand waves. Yes, we love the feet. We do love the feet. I mean, look at those little tippy tappies. I love tippy tappies. Tippy tappies are so fun. It means I'm happy when I'm tippy tap. And yes, the dress is blue. I love blue. Blue is one of my favorite colors. Blue and purple. But especially light blues. Light blues are my favorite color in the world. And we've got little frills. The tippy tappies. Yeah, tippy tappies. I love tippy tappies. Especially in dogs. When dogs tippy tap their toes when they're on a little walk, it means they're happy. And they're interested and happy. And I love it. So when I tippy tap, it means I'm happy and excited. And you can see the start of my wings. My wings are huge, okay? I am not compensating for anything. I promise. So we have a lovely frills. Like the dress is not I can't speak. Dyslexia. You know, I'm gonna give up before I hurt myself. It's not overcomplicated. But that's good, because I don't like being overcomplicated. I like simple things. I'm a simple person with simple loves, and that love is blue and asymmetrical dresses. That's all we need. And then we have top. So as you see, we are modest. We are very modest. I don't know why I'm so modest with all the costumes I've been picking lately. But I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Yeah, the movements is really good, like fluid movements. My rigging papa is just amazing. There was a couple of hiccups, but when they got this to me, I was like, yes, please, thank you. And they were happy to fix a couple of issues that even I didn't notice. And they gave me like files to if I wanted any like someone else to rig something or add on to it, I can for free, because there was a little bit of delay. She didn't need to, but that was very nice of her. So I do appreciate that. I probably won't get anything add-on unless I go back to her, to be honest. But the option is there. So yeah, we have massive wings. Like if I don't show off everything yet. But even if I scroll out, the wings are freaking huge. So during gaming sessions, I may have to hide like one of them, just because of how big they are. So yeah, so we have Bill Nicholas. Let's see if we can zoom in a bit. Yes, we can. Okay, I'm done coughing for now. So that is slightly inspired by one of my older models. I did really love the idea of the choker. So we kind of kept that as a reference. Not exactly the same, but it is heavily referenced by one of my older models. Oh yeah, my chinny chin chin. Not by the hair, but my chinny chin chin. Yeah. So, hello. So we have a very nice fluid mouth movement. And I will show the rest of my head. Hi. So we have Mithal's markings. Finally, at long last. So if I zoom out just a little bit, just so you guys can see a bit more of me in full. So we have our lovely tiara. We have Mithal's markings, because I am still a huge Dragon Age nerd, even if I haven't played it in a while, because I've just been so busy collabing. I do want to go back to playing that again, so see if I can get through Orzammar without it crashing. I may have to start again, though, because that save file seems to not want to load at all now, so... unfortunately. But yeah, so we do have the credits in the description below for the reference sheet that was made of the original artwork. We have the credits for like the artist mama and the artist rigger and papa. We have the background music, not that it's working apparently, and obviously the credits for the background, all in the description. So we do have several toggles. Orzammar is just too much to handle for some reason. Yeah, I think I had I think I had mods installed that wasn't compatible with that area for some reason. They were compatible with every aspect of the rest of the game, but not Orzammar for some reason. I noticed lack of Mithal's markings. Oh, there should be. They're there on mine. It's the markings under the eyes. The little tree. They look like trees. Sorry guys. I am trying to rein my coughs in. Yeah, so this is how I usually wear my hair, minus the braid. Although I have managed to get the braid done before, so I can actually have this exact hairstyle. So minus the braid, because I don't always braid my hair. This is pretty much my actual hairstyle when I have it up. Weird, I haven't heard Muff Mods messing up Orzammar. Neither had I. But yeah, for some reason I think that was the problem. I'm not 100% sure. I could be wrong. But that's the only thing I can think of that would make Orzammar decide to quit on me. Anyway, I thought Mithal's markings were a singular thing. There's different variants. There's one which is just on, like, it goes up the nose and then branches out like a tree on the forehead. And then you have the side ones, which is what I've got. And then you have a combination of all three, or both, 2, 3, however many you want to count the markings. So there's like a couple of variants of them. I want to say they might have been slightly different depending on the version of Dragon Age you're playing. Because I think the Dalish markings were slightly different in Origins and 2, or Origins and Inquisition. I can't remember which ones now. But yeah. They did slightly change some of the markings of some of the other gods. I think Mythal's pretty much stays the same. But some of the other gods do change a little bit. So it's always a little bit confusing when you go from Origins to like Inquisition and you're trying to find the different Mythal markings. Not Mythal markings, Dalish markings. I promise I will stop dying eventually. Yeah, so we do have... I think from Origins 2 it was the same, but from Inquisition and Veilguard it was different. Yeah, maybe. I can't remember Veilguard's, What did I give Riesel? I'm fairly sure I gave him some sort of markers. I can't remember which ones, though. Anyway, we do have some expressions. Some of the expressions I've added on slightly. Only by, like, adding, like, icons, pictures... What do you want to call them? Let's go pictures. Just to emphasize a little bit more. So they are. We have blush, which is always important because I always feel flustered, especially when I can't speak. We have sad. So I have made like little combos of different emotes. We have the sad with a little tease in my eye. Because, you know, it's sad that Orzamad doesn't want to load for me. I love how we took a 180 from talking about how beautiful the model is. We're just kind of like that, I think. We're weird. But that's okay. Being weird's fine. I mean, if it's not fine, then we need to all get out. We don't belong in our own space if we're not okay with being weird, right? I also do like how the rigger did do my request of having the ears move with either my blinking, which is how she's rigged them, or my eyebrow movements. So I appreciate that, because that was the one thing I really wanted, was to have my ears like have a little bit of emotion to them. So I'm happy with that. Just an average Yukiro stream. Pretty much. Then we have... Sure. Now, I can kind of do shock without the toggle. But it won't have the icon. I really wish I was well. I hate being... I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm not letting my illness get in the way today, because I've delayed and delayed and delayed, hoping I'd be well, and I'm still not well. So I'm just like, damn you. We're doing this regardless. We're doing this. I don't care what my body says. Hopefully I don't sound too scratchy, because that's my biggest fear. Obviously, coughing in your ears is also a big worry, but there's not much I can do about that, really. Then we have angry. I think I can puff my cheeks. Yeah. I can puff my cheeks just as it is, but it doesn't look as mad. I looked way too cute. At least you don't have anything too crazy planned. Yeah. I mean, what I was going to do before you gave me that amazing idea, I was going to try and do... oh, what's it called? I forgot what it was actually called now. I've gotten distracted. I will show off the rest of my notes. I promise. Oh, Vtuber chat, I think it's called. Or Vtuber. Basically, it's a... what's it? Omegle for VTubers or something like that. And that's what I was going to do originally. Just for a little bit of fun. But I think we can do that on a normal day. I think your idea was better. Hence why I've kind of like swapped ideas. Plus, this way means I get to chat to you indefinitely until I stop stream, and I don't have to worry about, you know, upsetting the other people with my coughing and scratchy voice. So we did mad. We did mad. You're right, Vtuber. Yeah. I'm just never sure if I'm pronouncing things right because my dyslexia is just like, it sees a word and it's just like, yeah, this should be said this way, and then it turns out that no, it's actually said this way. Excuse me. Oh yeah, we can wink as well. I don't think I've set that as an emote, but we can wink. The wings are really cool. They're just really big, so they might get in the way when I'm gaming. But I can hide them, so it's not the biggest deal. So we also have a confused look. I love the eyebrow. I'm not sure if my rigger actually intended all these emotes to be possible. But thank you if you did. And if you didn't, still thank you, because I'm loving them. And then we have... So that's enough for face things. We also have, obviously, our controller. Which does kind of blend in with this dress. A little bit. But that's okay, because we probably won't be using this dress when I'm gaming. I'll probably swap to... Oh, no, that's just head. That's just assets. That is not part of the model. Okay, so I'm going to zoom out a bit because we are going to show off the other outfit. Oh, actually, I've changed my mind. We're gonna do another reveal. Because that's more fun. And I get to tease you. Do you still have a full dragon model like you used to? Yeah, I still got that one. So I won't be showing off the dragon model, the pet, which I think is, yeah, that one. I mean, I can still show them off, but obviously I don't have recordings of those. You'll see what I mean in a minute. Okay, so we have our other outfit. So we have more of a boots-like shape. And we have trousers. So if you guys can guess what this is, before I get to, like, say, let's say the waist, I will answer any one question as long as it's not too personal that you guys want. So we got the knobbly knees. I do expect most of you guys to know what this outfit is, actually. So, if you can guess just from this, I will reward you all with an answer to a question. There we go, Marcus got it. I am so sorry. I was laughing so much I caused myself to have a choking fit. But yeah. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah. I'm Yukiro Commander Shepherd. I love this outfit. But look at watch the zipper. I'm gonna zoom. Please don't ban me, YouTube. Watch the zipper. I love it. That was not requested, by the way. My rigger just did that for me. And I love it. It's such a small detail, and it's pointless, but I love it. I love it, okay? So yeah, this will be the outfit I use primarily when I'm gaming, because then... Oops, wrong toggle. Because then my controller won't kind of blend in with my dress. And it looks cool. So yeah, we have tuggable outfits. Only the 2, but still, 2's all we need for now. It is amazing, I agree. And I'm glad everybody was able to get. I love this outfit so much. You don't want to know how many N7 outfit hoodies I've got, okay? That's not including the other styles, because I've got a... What is it? I think it's an Alliance hoodie, but it's just a normal jumper with like the big huge single pocket. But I've got 3 of these actual hoodies. All slightly different. Like one's got bigger pockets than the other. One's got more of a thick inside fluff thing. Can't remember what words are. But yeah, I got 3 of these, and I am not ashamed. I think I've got more Mass Effect like merchandise than I do Dragon Age, which is weird, because obviously Dragon Age is my first love. But for some reason, Mass Effect is the merch I have the most of. It's so funny. But hang on, we did have a question, and I promised I was going to answer it. What is the average speed of the African swallow? Actually, I don't know. I'm gonna say it's probably fairly fast, though, right? Because swallows... Aren't swallows the ones that come into the UK and then go back to Africa? I'm fairly sure that's the bird that comes here and then for the summer and then goes back to Africa for the winter. I wish I could do that. Fly south for the winter. But it's going to be fast, because they might be small little birds, but they're actually pretty speedy. Yeah, but how fast? I actually can't tell you that. I have a lot of animal knowledge, but not on swallows. I apologize. Right, we had other questions. Yeah, the ending of 3 Terror is the less we say about that, the better. Like, up until that point, 3 was okay. It was decent. It made me cry with Anderson. That's all I'm gonna say on that bit at the end. But then after that bit, it was just like, no, EA, stop. What are you doing? Stop. So yeah, the less we say about that little bit, the better, because that doesn't exist. That does not exist. We have better headcanons, okay? Yukiro, the Pokemon has evolved into a new... Yeah, well, you can't catch me, I'm sorry. I'm a legendary. I'm very hard to catch. You're gonna have to have a Master Ball. What is my playstyle? It's very hard for me to be Paragons. Not Paragon, Renegade, because I don't like being dick to people. However, I have done a semi-Renegade playthrough at least once, and when I say it was so satisfying to punch that reporter in the face, yeah, it was very satisfying to report that puncher in the face. So now, even if I'm playing a Paragon, I always punch the reporter in the face. Because it's just so satisfying. So satisfying. So I usually play Paragon. But Renegade has its moments. What I usually do for Renegade is I'll be nice to my favorite characters, like Rex. I'll be a little bit Renegade-y. But certain situations I'll be more Paragon-y. But if I want to romance someone, I'm usually more Paragon-y with them. But then I'm like Renegade-y and bitchy to everybody else. It actually really depends. If I can get enough Renegade points up without being too evil and horrible, I say evil, it's not really evil, is there? Then I'll do that. So then I don't have to continuously like butcher everything. But yeah, I do struggle being too mean. Although on Dragon Age, I was very mean in one playthrough. So I was playing a mage, a blood mage to be precise, because I was romancing Morrigan, and I decided that I didn't want Alistair to kill Loghain. I didn't want to kill Loghain. I wanted to keep him alive. But I also didn't want Alistair to run away or become a drunk. So I made him like me enough to be like really friendly with me. Made him marry Anora. So he had to marry Anora, so he was king. And then when it came to executing Loghain, I refused. So Alistair was like, well, okay, well, I'm leaving the Great Wardens. Okay, that's fine. But you're still married to Anora, or marrying. I remember if he marries before or after. But anyway, point is, so Loghain was alive, Alistair was alive, Alistair was married to Anora. And basically, I forced Alistair to... This is my go-to romance, by the way. I forced Alistair to be married to the man he hates, the daughter of the man he hates, and have him as his father-in-law for ages. Until Inquisition came out, in which case I did sacrifice Loghain to the Fade, so he did finally get away from his father-in-law. But yeah, I was evil that playthrough. But it was really funny. So I was just like, I wonder if I can actually keep Loghain while also not fucking over Alistair. But fucking over Alistair. That was fun. I actually have two related questions. Aside from your heritage, what sparks your love for Welsh mythology? What is your favourite Welsh myth you should know? Oh. Okay. So, I've always kind of been a little bit fascinated with my heritage. And one day I was just like, what was I doing? I think I was on a mud, and I was trying to, I was talking to someone, not in the game, but outside of the game. And we were talking about, like, different cultures having, like, different gods, some having multiple gods, and I was like, oh, I'm fairly sure we've got multiple gods. And so I was, like, looking through all the different ones. I was like, most of our quote-unquote gods are actually not gods. They're normal people or fairies, which have kind of been elevated to godhood, but not actual gods. It's complicated. It's complicated. There are actual gods, but then still not considered gods. It's weird. So that's kind of what started it. But my favourite Welsh myth that people should know is probably Rhiannon. She's technically the goddess of horses, which sounds great in theory. However, it is not great in reality. So, I can't remember if we actually went over Rhiannon's lore or how she met her husband. But the short end was her husband, I think, was a king or lord of an area, and he saw her riding a horse. I'm fairly sure she was like a princess or something of the fairies or fae folk. But he could never really catch up to her. But he was really, really, really interested in her. And so eventually he does manage to get close enough to like be able to speak to her. And she like agrees to like meet him. And eventually they do fall in love and they settle down, get married, have children. And that's usually where that one story ends. However, there is a follow-on to that. So, I can't remember who it was, but there was someone who was really jealous of Rhiannon and her baby when she has a baby son. And they make it look like Rhiannon killed her son, when in reality, I think it was like pig's blood or something. When in reality, they just like took the son and kind of like put it like in the mountains somewhere. Maybe with the intent to have it get lost or killed, you know, by wildlife. Whatever the reason was. But the king believed Rhiannon had killed her child, his son. So, as repentance for that crime, he made Rhiannon piggyback, or no, not piggyback, like she was on all fours, like a horse. And she had to carry his guests from the gates of his little castle thing to the front doors, like a horse. And so that's where she got the title of Goddess of Horses. Eventually, it turned out that the giants, because there's a lot of giants in Welsh mythology, found her son and raised him as their own, but eventually told him, and he, you know, traced back his parentage to Rhiannon and King, or whoever he was, Lord. Can't quite never remember if he's a lord or a king. He doesn't matter, at least in my opinion. And so Rhiannon was then, you know, proven innocent. She did not, in fact, kill her child. I think there's more to the story than that, because Rhiannon's story is kind of broken up into like 3 stories, and I can't remember the last half of the story. It was something to do more with her son, though. But that is my favourite Welsh mythological lore. I don't know why. Because it's not great. But that is my favourite Welsh myth, and I think people should know. The second favourite is probably Arwen. I'm probably butchering his name. But he is kind of like, I'm going to say not evil Disney Hades. So he's like the god of the underworld. And our underworld, people believe it's where hell kind of came from, but not actually. So our underworld was never about good or bad spirits or the dead. It was just another place in Wales somewhere, probably underground, where the spirits finally took their rest. You could be good, bad, doesn't matter. There was different levels, I think. And Arwen was also a hunter. And he had, I think it was white hunting dogs, I believe. And it was like an insult to hunt or kill anything if his dogs were hunting them. But eventually Christianity came and kind of turned all things evil, some as they do. No offense to Christians in the chat. Obviously this is not your fault. This is Christians way back when. Back when the you know, hating pagans and stuff was all the rage. But yeah, Arwen is definitely one of my favorites. Maybe my favorite god, but maybe my second favorite. I don't know. Him and Rhiannon kind of like share first place. yeah, it's kind of like, if I were to believe in a pantheon, I would definitely choose the Welsh pantheon. But yeah, because they're gods but not gods. It's weird. It's weird. But we very much, like, the reason I love the Dalish elves in Dragon Age is because they very much feel like they were, and I did get confirmation from Gaida, that they were actually based on Welsh mythology. Not the gods themselves of Dragon Age, but the elves in general, the Dalish elves. And I just love that. Like, a little bit of my history and culture is just in a game. Like, it's very rare that happens. Which is also why I don't know if anyone's ever played this old game. I have played it on the channel though. But Kadolka, that is obviously the monastery itself is not real. But the area it is based on is real. And I just love that. I think the sequels were called Shadow Hearts. Some were, I think 2 also happened around Wales, but also I think they also went through England and some other parts. Can't remember what 3 did. Was 3 like all over Europe? I think 3 was all over Europe. I will stop coughing eventually. Well, in a few days. We need a crossover, either Dragon Age or Mass Effect. We kind of did, but not really. Like, well, was it in 3? Mass Effect 3? I think it was in Kasumi's DLC. There's one point where you're in a heist and you're trying to steal the memory chip of her ex-boyfriend. I say ex because he was killed. Or he was dead anyway. I can't remember if he was actually murdered or if he just died somehow else. Point is, when you do the heist bit, you actually come across several Dragon Age references, one of them being a Darkspawn book. And I love it. So we kind of did. And I think in Origins, I want to say it was only if you played the... Was it part of the Dalish Origin? I think you could only get it. Oh no, Kasumi was 2, wasn't it? Yeah, Kasumi was 2. Sorry, my bad. So in 2. It was in 2. But yeah, I think it was the Dalish Origins. It might not have been, so don't quote me on that, because I think it was a miss it, you can miss it sort of thing. So before you touch the mirror or look at the mirror with Tamlin, or was it with Duncan? It might have been with Duncan. I can't remember. But anyway, before you look at them, like, end the quest line, you can go further into the cave where the bear is and the mirror, and you can, like, look at the thing. Oh no, wait, I think that might be something else. My memory is so bad. Anyway, at some point in Dragon Age, you can find a note. It's either in Dragon Age Origins, Dalish Origins, or it's somewhere else. I can't remember. But it talks about the shepherd. Actually, it might be even in the Deep Roads. It could be in the Deep Roads. My memory just isn't the best. So it might be in the Deep Roads. But it talks about the shepherd. And that is a Mass Effect reference in Dragon Age. So there are references. There's just not a true crossover. Girlfriend did say Mass Effect 3 only has one ending for a colorblind person. Try not to make me laugh too much, chat. That's what sets the coughing off. Oh. I think that 3's ending actually kind of works in a way. I have my own headcanon for the light at the end. They're physical manifestations of override codes for the Reapers. I mean, it kind of works. I could see what they were kind of going for. But I think it would have made more sense if they had, I don't know, a different way of doing the 3 options. Like, instead of having, like, pick a color, they could have had, like, some way else of doing those 3 options. I don't know how I would have actually done it myself. Maybe they could have added the indoctrination theory into 3 and had that as an excuse to do the control or the synthetic outcome, and then have destroy as being the no, I'm definitely destroying you, I'm not letting you take control of my mind sort of thing. So they could have made it work, but instead they went with the 3 colors. And I think that's what pissed a lot of people off, because it was just so anticlimactic and a little bit disappointing. They could have made it work. So my headcanon is I have done the synthetic outcome once, and I don't hate it, but it doesn't make sense for Shepard, who's been out there trying to kill the Reapers from the start, and Control only makes sense if, from the elusive man's perspective. Obviously he ended up being controlled himself, but I don't know, they could have made it work. They could have. I just think that the way they went about the ending was just too anticlimactic. Because you had that big fight leading up to getting in, and Anderson, may he rest in peace, my game dad. But yeah. Anyway, the less depressed we get about that ending, the better. Jack is my favorite girl in the game. I'm a basic bitch, and as a basic bitch, Caden is my best boy. I like Garrus, but he's too much of my bro. He's like bro. I hope you don't go Renegade and Overlord. I will not be going Renegade and Overlord. I will actually get back to those playthroughs, by the way, eventually. Did I answer your question, Marcus? I'm not sure if I did now. Repeat it again if I've missed it. Fleetwood Mac took care of the Rhiannon choice. Basic moral of Rhiannon is don't be a simp. I might be mispronouncing the name Arwen. Let me double check. Because it is spelled. I think it is actually spelled the exact same way. No, it's not. It's spelled slightly differently. Oh, Welsh, I hate you. I don't. I love Welsh, but at the same time, it's just like, why are all the letters like practically the same? Okay, so Arwen, I'm probably butchering it still, is spelled A-R-A-W-N, not R-A-W-N. A-R-W-E-N. So it is actually spelled differently. And probably pronounced slightly differently as well. I'm just really bad. And it doesn't help that the underworld, or also known as the otherworld, is Annwn. A-N-N-W-N. Like, why? Why Welsh? Why? Why are there so many A's? Why are there so many N's and so many W's? That's all this language knows, is A, W's, and N's. It's just like, stop. Stop. But going on to Tolkien, he actually did use Wales as a lot of his references, not as a one-on-one copy, obviously, but that's why elf names always sound very Welsh, sometimes Irish, but I think in Tolkien's case, I don't remember if he used Ireland as a reference for names. I know Dragon Age also used Welsh and Irish for their names, but I don't remember if Tolkien did. I think he was just primarily Welsh. Or Welsh-inspired, I should say. Not pure Welsh, but Welsh-inspired. Hell as we know it nowadays, mostly from Bibel and Dante's Inferno. Yeah, I guess so. Like, it's so weird, because, like, there are so many Christmas traditions that I didn't realise that we also had a Welsh variant of until slightly recently. Like, I go on little deep dives, and apparently we had a basically Santa Claus. I can't remember what his name was now, but we actually had a Santa Claus, but he doesn't work just one night of the year. He works actually all the time, and it's weird. I'm going to have to look into that more to actually make sure that is an actual thing and not just something someone made up. But that was the thing I learned recently. I can't remember what his name is, though. I know there was the Saint Nick in whatever country in Europe that was. I can't remember now. Obviously, you have the Yuletide and all that lot. Like, it's amazing, like, how much crossover there is. I know back in the day, which is why I think some, like, is it Jehovah's? They don't celebrate, like, Christmas, Easter, Halloween because they're pagan traditions. So I kind of get it. So we had, I think Halloween was mostly Irish, but we had kind of a version of our own. Although ours was between Halloween and Christmas, so it wasn't just a Halloween thing, it was also a Christmas thing. Which is the Mari Lwyd. Lwyd? I can't remember how you pronounce it. My dyslexia loves Welsh words. You may have heard this one before. I think I might have mentioned it. But basically, you get a horse's skull. Yeah, an actual skull. And you put it on a sort of like stick or something, and you decorate it with ribbons and pretty it all up. And you have like a little robe thing that covers like your head and whatnot. So then you're kind of masked, but you're not masked. And then basically you knock on the door to like your neighbours or whoever's in your street, or sometimes you might go a little bit further. And basically you have a rhyming battle. And if the person whose doors you knocked on can't rhyme fast enough or isn't able to rhyme, basically they have to let the Mari Lwyd in, and the Mari Lwyd can then partake in the food and the drink. Basically, you gotta be a host to it, and it's just a fun little thing. I wish we did that down here in the south. Don't know how more common it is further up north. But I wish we still had that tradition, because that sounds like so much fun. But yeah, that wasn't a... It's kind of like trick-or-treating, but for adults, and it's amazing. personally, I love Egyptian mythology because of how unhinged it was at times. Yeah. Egyptian mythology is just fucking insane. So was the Greeks and well, pretty much every mythology is fucking insane if you look into it. I just love most of the older religions, the ones that aren't as celebrated anymore and not mainstream. Akizone-Meez was actually a DLC character in 2. Yeah, I did correct myself. I was like trying to think then, and then I remembered, no, I've already started 2, and I was actually meeting Kasumi. So yeah, I remembered. I think in one of the Dragon Age games you could see in Mass Effect done. Ooh, I'll have to see if I can find that. I'm not sure if I've come across that reference. But there's still a lot in all of the games that I've missed. Like, it took me ages to be able to get enough. Was it intelligence or charisma? I can't remember. With well, I want to say Mythal, but it's actually Flemeth. Flemeth, who is actually technically Mythal. Anyway, lore. But with Flemeth in Origins, if you have enough of, I want to say it's charisma over intelligence, but it might actually be intelligence. You get a new line open, dialogue lines for when she asks you, what do you think? You can actually choose this, and she's like, ooh, you're actually smart, or something. What does she say? But she's surprised by the answer anyway, and she's happy about it, and it's just like, yes, Flemeth, I like you. You're weird and you're creepy, but I'm here for you. The note in Dragon Age is in the deep rose by the... thank you. I couldn't remember if it was that little statue thing in the Origins playthrough. What was there then? Oh, maybe it was maybe it was the Lord of the Rings reference. Because there was that in there as well, wasn't there? Where it was like dug too deep and found dwarves or something. Yeah, okay, that's what was there. I remember it now. My memory is coming back. In fact, in math or something. Yes, I'm remembering. Not to mention, destroys the only ending where Shepard lives. Yep. What's there? I will go and actually do the showing off all the old models, by the way. Let me catch up with chat. I was thinking Garrus would be your man. I, however, am also basic. Yukiro might be left. Yeah. See, I love Garrus. He's like my best bro, and I love him. But I ship him and Tali so much. So I could never take them away. Like, usually, when I become attached to someone like, for example, Alistair, if I'm not romancing Alistair, I don't recruit Liliana. Because I'm just like, no bitch, he's mine. Even if I'm not dating him in this run through. You're not having him. So yeah, I couldn't do that to those two because those two are just, they're so cute. And I love them. I'm dying. Oh. I will eventually romance someone else. Because I will, I promise. Miranda has the best backside in gaming history. Except if you play the Legendary Edition, apparently, because they cut that shit out. I might have found it extremely stupid and funny in the original, but I don't like that they took that out. Put it back in. Put it back in. Okay, sometimes even girls like looking at other girls' asses, okay? That's just how it is. Also boobs. You answered my question, don't worry. You answered for the mastery. Okay, yeah. That's okay then. Oh, I'll see you next time, John. Thank you for popping by. What do I think of the AI used by Larian? I don't know too much about it. Personally, I'm not a fan. But as long as they didn't use it in the actual content that they made, and they actually hired actual artists, I'm gonna not so much let it slide, but definitely watch them with squinted eyes. But we'll see. I thought Rohan was based on Ireland or maybe Scotland. Maybe? But I don't think Rohan is a Welsh name at all. It doesn't sound like a traditional old Welsh name. There's not enough A's and W's. Welsh hunters. Oh, that's right. I'm gonna butcher the name. Sion Corn. Was it Sean? Sean? I hate Welsh names. I have a love-hate relationship with my language, okay? As a dyslexic person, it's a nightmare to look at words and be like, yeah, this is pronounced this way. Oh wait, no it's not. Does the horse skull rhyme have to be in Welsh or can it be in English? I think traditionally it was Welsh, but I don't know because we don't do it down here in the south that I've noticed. And I know further up north they are more Welsh leaning than English. They do speak English, obviously. They speak more fluent. Like Welsh is their first language, English is the second, whereas down south it's the opposite. So I'm going to say it's probably still Welsh. Unless, of course, the people taking part speak English as their first language instead of their second, in which case it'll probably be English, but traditionally it's probably in Welsh, which I don't even want to go there, because can you imagine all the A's and W's in words, and you got to rhyme with that shit? That would I would have smoke coming out both my ears because my mind would just collapse from too much thinking. You were so possessive of us. Yeah. Are you renegade when it comes to the Overlord ending? I haven't done that in a while. What did I do last time? Because I haven't actually played that in the run we're doing on YouTube. I want to say I beat the fuck out of the brother. Or whatever it was I did. I did not let him off easy, is what I'm saying. Because he's a fucking asshole. Poor guy. So I'm probably going to be doing that again, actually. There were some times where even as a Paragon, I'm just like, no, bitch, fuck off. Like, there are times where it's warranted. Okay. I know Vroid as well. None of the realms in Middle Earth from what lot of videos I've seen. Yeah, I don't think so. I think he was just inspired by like names. But most of the lore itself is like his own work, from what I remember. But it's still nice to just be inspired by. You don't have to like copy anything. Just being inspired is like enough to win me over. Right, let's swap windows. And I don't know if the music was working all this time, but we are going to stop the music. Because we do want to slightly go over here. I am going to be slightly in the way. But we shouldn't in theory need to worry, because I'm not gaming. The music was very good. Ah, okay, so it was working. It's just been temperamental, I think. Right. Okay, so we're going to show off. This was Marcus's idea, by the way, guys. So we are going to show off majority of our models that we have had since starting the channel. Now, obviously, I won't be showing off my crappy artwork. Because technically that was not a model, that was just artwork. So when I started the channel, I had no idea what type of VTuber I was going to be. I had no idea. I was like, didn't have any ideas. I was just like, right, I want to be a VTuber. Let's see if we can find some free models that I can try out and just kind of dip my toes, give a little wiggle, and see how I feel. So I should already have the first video. There we go. Should is it gonna repeat? I can't remember if it repeats. No, it doesn't. That's fine. So this was the first model I actually used, which was a little fox girl. Very cute. A little bit too lolly for me because my voice would never match a lolly character. Those of you who know me, I'm not a huge lolly fan. Don't hate them, but it's not for me. I did like this model. I think it's still very cute. It's adorable, and I do want to like pinch those cute little cheeks. So don't hate lollies. So actually, let's actually repeat that. Yeah, man. Thank you. So originally I was like, okay, because I had the box artwork to start with, I was like, well, let's try and stick to that branding. But then I kind of realized that wasn't quite for me because of how like childlike it was looking. And again, there's not much my voice. So I went, see if that changes. There we go. So I went for a slightly same artist, but slightly more mature looking. And as you can see, they do have slightly more facial expressions than the previous one. But the point was it looked slightly more mature than the previous one. I still wasn't sure what exactly I wanted to do with my channel and me as a VTuber. This was just me trying out different models, see what kind of felt right. And originally I did want to be a fox VTuber. I'm kind of glad I didn't now. Only because there were so many Fox VTubers. Like, I do miss, not so much miss. I kind of regret not having Fox ears. But at the same time, I'm just like, I really, really wanted Alvin ears. And I guess I could have both, but when it comes to having 4 ears, I don't know why. I don't like it. I know it's a very much an anime thing, and I don't hate on models that do have like human ears on top of animal ears. But for me, it was always weird having lots of ears. I don't know why. It just kind of bugs me out a little bit. Not bugs as in I hate it, but I don't know. It's weird. Does that make sense? So yeah, that was my second attempt at finding a free model to play around with. So we also around about this time we had, which I can't actually get to load into VTuber Studio or anything because it was a phone app. I think the app was called Reality, and essentially you had like a 3D model, and the tracking was through your phone, and you had little emotes which you could like click to like wave and do little things. And it was very cute, and I do have an elf-ish kind of model there. Unfortunately, it is also kind of like a gacha, where you have to buy like packs. Let's call it packs of cards, for lack of a better thing. And kind of like Magic, it's kind of randomized with what you get. And so trying to build, because at this point I was like, I do kind of want to be an elf. I still wanted like fox features, but I also wanted elven features. So I was kind of like going between the two. So I was trying to find both features through this gacha, and I realized it would cost me way too much money for something that I may not even get. So I kind of gave up with that idea. And again, I can't get the phone onto the PC or laptop in this case. So I can't show off that model. You can probably go back on my older videos and look through them there. But I won't be able to show you right now. So then we finally did find a free model of an elf. Well, I say elf. It was actually angel. Which is this one, which is, I think a lot of you might have started around when I was using this model. And we kind of realized it might be made with AI. So I did want to move away from this one eventually. So I think this was might have been the last freebie that I came across. But at this point, this is when I was like, I kind of want to be less of a fox and more of an elf. Still hadn't thought about the dragon aspects yet. But this is where I was like, okay, well, being a fox is great, but I don't think it's for me. I don't have the hyperness required, which would feel more like a fox. So this is where I was like, okay, well, let's try elf. Because I can probably get away with elf a little bit more. This one is a model. Sucks. It was maybe made by AI. Yeah, I can't prove that because the description didn't actually say AI that I can remember. But I think it was. There was no expressions or anything. There was just dress toggles and arm poses. That was the only toggles we had. So it was kind of limited. Oh, and eye color. Yeah, I forgot about the eye color. That was when we finally kind of like, okay, well, I kind of want to be more elf than fox. So let's move away from that. Then I was like, okay, so we've got a basic idea of what I want to be. Realized this might be AI. So I was just like, okay, let's see if we can find a elf character with a paid model. We'll start off cheap and then work our way up. It was the initial thought. So I was browsing through Booth for cheaper models or freebies, wherever I could look, wherever I could find. And I managed to find this one. Now, this one, when it loads, is definitely going to be a flash from the past. So this one. So this is when I decided to incorporate dragon features. And I was like, you know what? It's got elven ears. I can change the hair to be red or blonde. Because at the time, for those of you who don't know the origin behind the name Yukiro Fate, Yukiro Fate was actually a character of mine before it became me as a person. Obviously, over the years, I've become more Yukiro Fate, and the character has become her own thing. So I wasn't sure if I was going to have the blonde hair or the red hair, because traditionally the character has red hair. I've now renamed her in my book to Talith, which is a Welsh name. So she is no longer Yukiro in the book, because I didn't want people to think that she was a self-insert. So I renamed her. And now I am Yukiro Fate, rather than Talith being Yukiro Fate. And as you can see, oh, I've lost track, and there we go. She has a lot more expressions, and she feels more like me. The only downside, obviously, is that she can be used by everybody, which is okay when you're starting out. Don't get me wrong. But there's always that need, desire, love for having something just your own. Hello, Step Tracks. I'm getting my brain died. Like the rest of my whole body is dying. But yeah, we decided to go for more dragon look. But I wanted to keep the elven ears, because I was like, well, I really like elven ears. So that's what we started, and from there, well, I guess kind of like figured it out. But yeah, you can probably notice that the choker and my choker very similar. Not completely the same. There are differences. But we did keep it fairly referenced. So I will say that is reference. Obviously, nothing else about me is reference from this character. I promise eventually I will stop coughing. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but eventually. But yeah, I thought it might be you. Hello. I'd be more hyper, but I might send myself into a coughing fit if I get too rowdy. This is like day 9 now of having this infection. I'm guessing it's a chest infection at this point. I don't think it's just a flu anymore, because I've just not stopped coughing for days, and I'm over it. I'm over it. I'm trying to muffle them as much as I can. So yeah, we've used this model for ages, I think. It was a good long while. But then I discovered customizable models. And you guys know how obsessed I am with customizable models. Like, I am ridiculous. Like, I am trying so hard not to want to buy customizable models. You have no idea how it's like a sickness. Have you guys seen the nanoless customizable model that she's working on? I'm just like, I kind of want it. But I'm just like, no, I don't need it. I don't need it. I'm terrible. So yeah, so this was the next model I used. Now, obviously, back when I was using it, I did change the hair to white rather than blonde. I can't remember what colors I had the outfit. and I think I might have gotten rid of like the hair stuff. I can't remember. So I had to re-download this one because I'd gotten rid of it. And it took me ages to remember where I actually got this model from. So I did like this model when I was using it. It was expressive, and I was able to. I think I had the horns different actually. I think I had the small ones in the center of the whole head. Not the big ones. Oh well. Never mind. Essentially it's the same thing anyway. The only downside to this one was I couldn't change like anything else about the models apart from the ears/horns and what type of wings we had. I think tails as well. The second problem this model had was if you didn't have the slider for the options in the exact right place, you could get a very vague outline of like another part of the asset. So like with the horns, if you didn't have the horn set to a certain spot, you could also see like dog ears or cat ears. So I think the model itself needed a little bit of fixing in that regard. Same with the tail. If you didn't have that at a specific point, you could get the other tail showing up slightly, which was unfortunate. The model itself is still really good though, even though it was like kind of limited. But at this point, this is when we were like kind of more set on what we wanted to be, what we wanted to do. This model is fine, but the others really are better. Yeah. I don't hate the model, but it just wasn't as customizable uh as I was hoping for, I guess is the way I should put it. Still a good model, and it for the cost it was, it's not bad. But there are definitely a lot better customizable models out there now. I think this was one of the not the first one, because I think there were others before this, but one of the very first ones that I could find. Then we have this one, which I only used, I think, for one video, maybe two. I didn't use it for any gaming or anything. And I think I had to add horns and wings and stuff because this model didn't have those. It did have the elf ears, though, which the previous model lacked. Again, this model was a little bit too lolly for me. Again, no hate on lollies or people who like lollies. It's just not for me. And again, it doesn't fit my voice. But this model is very cute, and the mouth tracking is still decent. But it did lack a little bit in the horns and the tails and the wings. It's really good if you want like cat features because it has like different ears. So you can have cat ears, dog ears. I think bear. I want to say it was bear. But it is a little bit limited. So I didn't use this one for very long. But I thought I'd still show it off because, someone might see it and it might actually be perfect for them. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. I was hoping I'd actually be better by today. I did not want to push this model debut back because I'd already promised a Christmas Eve debut. I was not breaking that promise. I don't remember this one at all. It's cool though. I think I only used it for. I think I only used it for one song cover. I think that's the only time I used it was for one song cover. I think I was going to do another song cover with it, but then I ended up getting my next model, which I will show now. So I ended up not using that model again. It's very cute though if that's the kind of style you're looking for. You gotta get better. Santa's coming tonight. I'm sure he'll be fine. Santa can put some magic over me and protect himself, I'm sure. So I really liked this model when I was using it. It is a little bit basic with the expressions, but it still had a lot of variety. And you had the horns, tail, and wing options. You have different hairstyles. I think this was the main one I used. And you had different clothing options. There was a lot more variety with this customizable models, and I still do like it. Like, the artwork is really nice. The mouth movement are really good with the model. Tracking's really good. And it is really a good model, especially for the price you were paying for it. I can't remember exactly how much it was, but it was less than $20. $20? I'm trying to convert to USD because most of you guys know USD better. But it was definitely less than, like, I think it was like £15 or thereabouts. It was fairly cheap. It was a cheap model. And I think this one might be one of the ones people might recognize the most. Not the most, because obviously I've used some of the others a little bit longer. But this one was used for quite a while. But eventually, where are we? We're here. We went on to the Suica model. Now this one is, I mean, I personally love it. As you can see, I had different outfits. And because Suica lets you customize the outfits, I was able to get the N7 like logo on it. And the ears move, which you all know how much I love that. Now I personally love this model. But for a while, so many people were using it that I think a lot of people were starting to get fed up of it. But it is such a good model. Like, it is so expressive. The rigging is amazing, and it's just perfection in a bottle. It really is. Like, I mean, just look how fluid that moves. So this is probably one of the most recognizable models out there. And again, you could have bat, I say bat wings, dragon wings for me. The wings, the horns. I did have to remodel the tail slightly because the tail options were fox or dog, cat, and I think that was it. You only had two options. So I did have to remodel the cat tail to be more draconic, but it was kind of hard. It was awkward. But doable. It was doable. And again, that was because Suica allowed people to retexturize her model asset things, not her assets, the artwork. So props to Suica for that, because I was able to like make it more draconic because of that. It took me a while, but I got there. So that is definitely one of my favorite models. So this one we only used briefly. Mostly because it didn't come with the horns, tails, and wings. But I liked how this was posed differently compared to every other model out there. Dying still. No, this one is good. This best model used in past was really, eyes got me, yeah. Suica really knows how to draw eyes. Like, the detail she put into that model is amazing. Now I know this one was a hit and miss with chat. It did kind of grow on people a little bit. But I actually really like this artwork. Like, it was cute. And I was just like amazed that someone was able to make a model with a different pose, because most models, this one included, like my main one now, is front facing. Plus, you get the controller, which is, as you guys know, considering I'm pro gaming, and I game all the time on this channel, that is what we do here. having a controller is really, really important. I think that's the only thing that I could do to improve, like, the last model, or all of the last models, is having a controller option. Every model needs a controller option. They don't, but, for me, they do. Oh, I'm dying. I'm so sorry. And obviously you had the elven ears. We did have slight variations in the hair, but not much. So it wasn't as customizable. I will say, if you are a mermaid VTuber, this model is probably actually really good for you, because you can actually change the legs into a mermaid tail. So that is actually really good for mermaids. Not so much for dragon elves, but great for mermaids. But I do love the tails. Not the tail, sorry. It will be the tail, but in this case, the feet. The little feet swing. I don't know why it is. Tippy tappy toes and feet swings. So this next one is definitely more used than the previous one. Not so much the Suiko one, but the sit-in one. So this was the first. Did this one come first? No, I think my actual official Chibi model came first before this one. But then this one came second. So if you don't know which is my first official Chibi model, I will load it up here. So it's this one. So this is my first official Chibi model. Before we used that one there. And I still love this one. It's kind of buggy and weird, but I still love it. I mean, just look. Whee, I can dance. Anyway, we're not showcasing this one, so I will go back to my actual model. There we go. And let's put my N7 jacket back on. Dying. So yeah, that Chibi model came first, then it was this one. But this one we used, I think, a bit more, just because it was, I mean, just look how cute it is. It's so cute. The only problem was it doesn't have horns, so I did have to play around and make horns for it. But you had different hair options, different ear options. You had slight change of clothes options. Only 2 options, but still, 2's all you need. And it's just so expressive. And it's so cute. Chibi models are cute. And I love them. So you can probably tell from the Buster Sword. I was using this primarily for my Final Fantasy playthrough. Again, I will go back to that eventually. I've been dying to record more videos, but I've just been too sick to actually do that. Was my life. So then eventually, trying to think. I think the next 2 models came round about the same time, roughly. I can't remember which came first, so I'm going to do this one first, but it might be the next one that actually came first. So we had is it Kyoki? I can never remember how you pronounce their name. But we had the art style model for a little while. Again, they didn't have the options for tail and wings, which was one of the downsides. But I do like the artistic way that they made this model. So it's not traditional anime. It's more of like an ink style, which is why it's called an ink model. It makes sense. But there was a lot, a variety of emotions. We had the fan, which I think is actually we still like that. We don't have a fan on here, but I do like the option of being able to hide behind things. So maybe one day I'll get, when I have a 0.2 model, I'll add some more options of hand toggles. But that's going to be like way down the line. I don't think we've used this one too much. But we did use it for a little while. On a completely separate note, if you're awake at like 10:30, message me and I'll come say yours. I'll wait for a message. I won't just turn up. AM or PM? AM should be fine. Yeah, okay. I thought that's what you meant, but my brain is well, you know what my brain's like. I once thought you meowed, so it's probably best not to question what my brain's like. uh, so this was the one we've been using for a while, until we started upgrading again. I don't think I used this outfit though. Or I might have towards the end. I can't remember. Yeah, this outfit had tailed horns. It missed the wings, so the wings I did have to add. But it had the most of everything else, and it was very expressive. And I love the mouth rigging. You also had the options. I don't know if I showcased it on here because I think I lost. Oh yeah, I did. Okay. So you could also hide both the arms and put your own arm toggles in. And I think it was this one. I don't have the right hairpiece for it, but if you had the straight hairpiece, if you did a sort of like eyebrows up, you'll probably notice with the rabbit ears actually. When you put your eyebrows up, not only do the rabbit ears go straight up, but the hairpiece goes straight up as well. And I thought that was such a cute little detail. So I do still really like this model and its versatility. It's a great first option if you're on a low budget. And obviously you've got a lot of different ear toggles. The doggy is a very expressive. You've even got floppy ears, although they kind of blend into my hair, to be honest. So we were using this one for quite a while because I was able to hide the arms and have a controller asset. I didn't showcase it here, but I did. You can see with the toothless asset how that worked. So yeah, this is what we were using for like ages, I think, and I definitely still recommend it to people. But then we moved on to I'm fairly sure this one actually came first. I'm not sure where this one places actually. It might have been earlier. But we had a 3D model. We had different outfits, but I'm only showcasing the N7 one because you have to actually change the whole model, not just the outfits. But we do still have our 3D model. I can still use it. I'm not gonna because it'll take way too much effort to actually showcase that live. And I'm too sick. I'm too lazy. I'm too sick. So getting the horns and the wings was a little bit tricky. But it is doable. I think the wings were from Booth. And I just had to recolor them slightly. Do you still have your in real life N7 jacket? Yes, I do. I have 3. I'm not obsessed at all. Yeah, I do. Yeah, all 3 are slightly different as well. Like they have the same like logo in the arm strap, but they are slightly different. One has bigger pockets. One has a thicker fleecy inside. I can't remember what the difference is on the other one. I think the other one might be thinner and so better for the summer. But it has smaller pockets, something like that. But yeah, I do still have them. Yeah, I'm not sure where that one came in. It might have been earlier. In fact, it might have been closer to like one of the first few models. But then we moved on to this one eventually, and I think we've been using this one for most of the end of this year until I discovered the PRISM model. Mate, I'm not on your accountant. You don't need. No, you don't need to. Yeah, I don't. I know I don't. It's just weird because I've always been more of a Dragon Age fan, but I have more Mass Effect merchandise. It's always been kind of funny to me. So yeah, this model is probably the most expressive. I think again the only downside was there was no wing options. Um, I think I used different wings here and there, but I ended up using just these. Um, this model does still get updated, not regularly, but fairly recently. But you can the controller, if you have a PC controller plugged in, it does actually track your movements. If you have the I can't remember what it's called, the something app running. It, as you can also see, it also tracks your mouse movements and your keypad presses. Very customizable. Has different ears, tails, hairstyles, clothes, like so much you can like do with this model, and I love this model still. I mean, just look how cute it is. So I do recommend this model as well. Like, I think this one and the next one are probably my favorite two models out of all of them. I mean, I love all of my models. I love all of my models. But I mean, I don't know. There's just something about this one and the next one that really speaks to me. Still dying. But yeah, so the update that was more recent was the ghost dead expression. It should replay it now in a minute. Eventually. And look how cute that is when she's sad. Confused. There we go. Because I like how you can get like the ghost to track your face and mouth movements. And the little arms go up as well. So I love that update. So yeah, it is still being updated and worked on. And that is definitely one of the better models, customizable ones, in my opinion. And then we also have this one. Now this outfit is new. Again, this model is constantly being updated and improved. So this is the PRISM model. This one does have wings, does have tails, does have ears galore, and the little back things. They also have wing versions. So this one, obviously, most of the people who have just joined or have only been watching me more recently might be more familiar with this one, because this is the one we've been using this last half of December and November. I think was it October as well? Definitely November and December though. No, this one is really good. It feels very yeah. These last two were very much me. And both of them had the little ear things that move, and you know that was important to me. Which is why this model, my actual model now does it, because the ear movements are just important. But yeah, this model is still getting updated. The newest update is the base model is only the head, and then you have customizable bodies, I'm gonna say, clothes options and hat options. So how she's actually it might be two people working on this one. I'm gonna use they just because I'm fairly sure it's more than one person working on this model. I could be wrong. So what they were doing, they've changed how it works. So they have a well, they've called it a closet. I don't know how it works exactly, but basically you can open it. You have a VTube Studio up. Gonna break immersion a little bit, and you have your face model. Now I've copied. In this case, I've copied my original model, so then I don't have to reset like hair and ears and everything. And then you just open up the closet. I love how they've named it a closet. And you just pick the outfit, and then in VTube Studio, then you can customize it. And I just love that. The only downside is the new outfits don't have a wave toggle. The original outfit might, though. I haven't tested that. I've only tested this one and a Christmas model. But this was updated like recently, like within the last week, I think. So if you this is a little bit more expensive than some of the others, but if you can afford a slightly more high-end model and you want total customization, including wings, tails, extra ear pieces, and everything, and all the expressions, I would 100% recommend this one, just because of how much customization there is. Like, you can have short hair, long hair. There's just so much, and I love it. And I still really want to still use this model. So don't be surprised if I sometimes go back to this one, because that might happen. Not because I don't like this model, because I do. I love my new model. But just because I also love this model. Like, the joys of loving too many models. Do you think I can like use maybe more than one model? Probably can, actually. But it might die. It might cause my laptop to die. So I better not. Yeah, I think that is all of the models I've used so far, apart from the phone app one. So I am going to switch it back over here. There we go. I'll worry about the video thing in a minute. Sorry, I was having a cough in a bit. So yeah, I apart from the phone app of Reality, I think it was just called Reality. That's all the models I've used so far. It's kind of weird. That was a wonderful trip down memory lane, right? I'm glad Marcus like recommended that, because I had actually gotten rid of a couple of the older models. Not because I hated them, just because I wasn't using them anymore, and because I knew we were getting this model. So I was just like, oh, well, I'll free up some space, because we're not using them anymore, and we don't really need them taking up space. So I was like, I'll just get rid of them. But then Marcus was like, well, how about going through all the models you've used like in the past? And I'm like, you know what, that's actually a good model, like a good idea for debut of the new model, because not many people do that. you know, fairly understandable reason. Not as many people start off with customizable models as we did, and we haven't really. I don't know how many people go through different customizable models. I know we were a little bit obsessed with them, but it was nice. It was nice to go through all the old ones and see how we like progressed from like a fox to a Welsh dragon. Like when I first started VTubing, I had no idea what I wanted to be, as evidenced by the VTuber fox idea to start with. So I'm glad that we just kind of evolved like a Pokemon. Again, legendary, so you need a Master Ball if you want to catch me. I'm so sorry for all this coughing, by the way, guys. I promise I'm mostly better. It is just this lingering cough. It just does not want to go away. And I'm fed up of it. I wish I could, like, rip out the cough and throw it at something. Unfortunately, I can't grip what doesn't actually have a physical form, so that isn't going to happen. But no, it was nice going through all the old models. I don't know if the order of them was completely right. I tried going off of videos, but the order of one or two of them might be slightly out of place. But hopefully not too bad. Or a big piece of meat. There was ice. Words are complicated, okay? Especially for us dyslexics. I'm going to like die in Minecraft now. I keep touching my glasses when I'm coughing, and now I've even like fingerprint marks over them. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, no, that was fun. I'm surprised how many models we actually used. Don't judge me. But now we have our official model. Yes, and in another language is even worse. Yeah. Like, I wish I could speak fluent Welsh. I just know whenever I look at Welsh words, my dyslexia goes, "Ha, you want to learn that? No." I'd probably be okay if I had verbal lessons, because then I can hear it being said rather than look at a word and try and say that word. But it's as soon as I'm looking at a word, I'm just like, my brain just shuts off. Granted, that also happens with normal English, so. I always tell people about the first time we played Minecraft together. Wasn't that the time where I think I was building our house, and didn't you accidentally knock me off the house? And did I die? I want to say I died. I don't remember if I did die though, but that was funny. That was funny. uh, I do apologize for all this coughing though. I know it can't be pleasant to have me coughing in your ear constantly. But I think it's cool how many models you have used. It's interesting the history you went through. Yeah. Because we could have been a fox and then been like every other fox. Now, I would have made it unique. I would have. I'm just not sure how I would have made a fox VTuber unique. So I'm glad we went with the Welsh Dragon Elf, because now we get to have Dragon Age and Mass Effect references in our model, and I'm here for that stuff. I was going to say something else, and my brain has stopped, and now I can't remember what I was actually going to say. What was I going to say? I can't remember what I was going to say. Oh, that's what I was going to ask. I was going to ask a question. Are you guys all ready for Christmas? I don't know why I couldn't remember that. Oh, I've lost the plot. Not that I ever had the plot, but I've lost more of it. But are you all ready for Christmas? Because it's tomorrow. You're gonna have to go? No. Oh yeah, because you're like an hour ahead of us. But you're welcome. It was nice to being able to stream again because I haven't. Well, obviously I streamed yesterday. I haven't streamed since last week because I've just been so sick. Um, I did try streaming Monday and Tuesday last week. Obviously, I did the. Well, I say stream. I didn't stream Monday. I recorded the last episode of our vampire tabletop RPG. Over on Abraham's channel. Which was fun because I was coughing and being ill. But Tuesday I did try streaming last week. So it's been since then. Obviously not including yesterday. And I've missed chatting and hanging out. But I've just been so sick. Like I even had to phone in sick. And as Septrax who knows me, knows I don't phone in sick very often, even when I'm sick. Unless I'm really bad. And I've just been really bad. So I'm just like, yeah, no, I'm not going in to work when I'm like practically coughing up my lungs because it's not pleasant. It's not. I'm still coughing, but it's not as bad. And I've been wearing a mask. I don't know if people have been judging me for that, but tough luck. I'd rather wear a mask and cough into the mask than cough all over food. You're ready though, Knight? Good, good. I'm ready. I think. I wrapped all the presents last night. Was it last night? Yeah, it was last night. I've lost. Yeah, that you see that plot? The plot that's gone out that window? Yeah. Say goodbye to it. No, I'm not ready. I still need to make a tiramisu. Already butchered words. Tiramisu. There we go. See, once I stop and think, I can sometimes speak words. Can confirm in the nearly 18 years I've known you, you've never had the thought. Ah, so true. So true. Yeah, the plot does not exist for this person. This person has no plot. But you're welcome, Knight, for the stream. I'm glad to finally have my own model, have it debuted, and now we can do all the things. We can do all of the things, and we're more. I want to say professional, but let's be real, we're not professional here. This is fun, but we're gonna call it professionalism because yeah, why not? But I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready. I've managed to wrap. Well, the only present I haven't wrapped is one, and that's only because it's huge. So I'm not going to wrap that one, but it's in a box, so it's fine. Everything else is wrapped though. Um, yeah, we have so much now. I'm so glad we managed to get our model because you guys have no idea how long I've wanted this model. Um, We do actually have other models. You guys probably know this one though. So I have been actually using this one. This is the only other model I haven't shown off yet, actually. But you guys know this one because I debuted this like a little while ago. Because we did this one. So this is the only one I hadn't shown off in the Flash for the past, because obviously this is a official model now. So we have 3 official Vtuber models. We have the Scuff Chibi, we have this Chibi, and then we have the normal model. Oh my god, did you get me a pony? I mean, I do have a lot of My Little Pony Build-A-Bears if you want one. Unfortunately, I don't have enough room in my house for an actual pony. That's okay, you don't need to get us anything. Just your presence is always enough. But yeah, we love this Chibi model as well. So we do have... I may as well show off all the toggles for this one, because I don't know... I'm fairly sure I did actually show them off before. I love how cute this is. Like, I look so angry, but because I'm a chibi, it's so freaking cute. The only thing I don't have, and the little tears wobbling. The only thing I don't have for this model is different outfits. I'm a Funko Pop. I am a Funko Pop. I think there you go. And then obviously we have, and then we have the control. We have a red control for this model, so it stands out a bit more against the dress. Ooh, and that's not part of the model toggle. I probably should actually see if I can get a pet made, because obviously we do have. Oh, I didn't mean to make myself bigger. We do have this one, but this one isn't made for us. It was just I can't remember who it was made by, but yeah, we have that one, but we definitely need to get a proper pet model of a Welsh dragon, is what I'm trying to say, because that would be amazing. Can you imagine having a little Welsh dragon, just like in the corner during streams? Yeah, but let's go back to the actual model. There we go. I remember when you forgot your name. Like, she was like, "Oh, I saw what's her name lives by." Yeah, I saw you, man. I was about to say hello name, and then my brain was just like, because I saw her when I'm like sick, and I'm just like, my brain. Not that I ever had a brain, but my brain like has just been going out the window, and so I was just like, hi, and then yeah, I knew the name, but for some reason my brain wasn't working. Uh, but yeah, no, I did see you, man. How long have we been streaming? I may go soon, actually, because my voice is starting to. I don't know if you can tell, but my voice is starting to get a little bit more throaty, and no amount of drink is helping at the moment. Hmm. So you both forgot to pay it. Yeah, pretty much. I'm glad I'm not the only one that has the issues of brains just ceasing to function. It makes me feel better about myself. Although it can't be worse than that one time. You probably remember this, where I forgot my own birth date. I was like, yeah, I was born on, was it 28th? And it was actually the 29th. I am such an idiot. Such an idiot. This is my life chat. Um, Steph knows me way too well because we've like known each other for 18 years. Um, but this is just my life. I am blonde. I'm an idiot, and there is no saving me. There is no saving me. I am far too gone to be saved. My redeeming qualities are that I'm a nerd, and I'm friendly. That's it. That is my only redeeming qualities. If you don't mind someone who's like an idiot and forgets everything, including their own birthday, then you're fine. You're welcome. You're allowed to be here. I forgot what the year I was born in. Fortunately, that has not yet happened to me. Just the date, like the date between it, and how to count. No, now she's given away too many secrets. I know where you live. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But yeah, I can't count either. Me and maths does not go well together. Uh, Never play Monopoly with me. It does not go well. Although I think we were playing Mass Effect Monopoly, so I think that's when I recently had just gotten it, so I really wanted to play it. Uh, I think forgetting like birth dates and days. Um, I think it's maybe it's just an age thing. Although you're younger than me, so maybe it isn't an age thing. I don't know. Maybe we're all just stupid and forgetful and people. Maybe we're just humans. Well, you guys are humans, maybe, or maybe you're dragons as well. Whatever you are, I still love you. Uh, uh, yeah, yeah. I've been okay so far. My brain has not done anything too wild lately that I can remember. To be fair, I haven't really been doing anything other than work and home. And when I'm at home, if I'm not collabing or streaming, um, I'm hanging out with the doggos. So I've been playing it fairly safe. Excuse me. I probably should like spend more time outside. Actually, I didn't get a chance to that much this summer. So what did we do this summer? I think I was back in Morris. Where was I? I think we went to West Wales, but I don't think that was in the summer. Where was that? I don't think we've done anything else, actually. No, I don't. I don't think I even done anything for my birthday. Did I do something for my birthday? Did I? Did I do something for my birthday? Because I know we went away in whenever it was to West Wales. That was not for my birthday. I think that was for my nephew's birthday. That's right, because I didn't have my birthday off this year. I had the 2 weeks before because someone else already had that birthday week off, so I couldn't actually book that birthday week off. So no, I don't think I actually did anything for my birthday. I had two weeks off prior, and I think I streamed quite a little bit then. But I didn't do anything then. Not really. Yeah, get old. Yeah, I think that's about the only thing I did do is get old. If you did, you didn't invite me. Yeah, no, I didn't invite you because I didn't do anything. I think we went away for. She's already been on the channel, so I can actually say her name. But we went away for Anna's birthday, I think. Did I book that week off? I can't remember if I booked that off. I think I did. I think because we went to London for a couple of days. It might not have been on her actual birthday though. It might have been like prior or just after, something like that. Beck book next year's to avoid. I start to avoid that. Yeah, I've already booked 2 weeks for my birthday this next year. I'm only short one week. So I've booked 5 weeks. I just need to book one more week. For that I need to find out if I'm cat sitting or if I'm not cat sitting, then I can book it anywhere. Doesn't matter. So that's what happened this year. Is I had 1 week left over. Didn't know what to do with it, so I was just like, oh well, just put it wherever. I don't care. Oh yeah, I was told by someone I can't remember who. Yeah, I can't remember who because I wasn't there. But yeah, that was only for a couple of days. We did a lot of stuff then, actually. Well, I say a lot of stuff. It was mostly walking, and trying to get through every Waterstones in London's existence. There's surprisingly a lot of Waterstones in London. Did you know there was a lot of Waterstones in London? Because I didn't know that until I ended up going into like 5 of them. It was like, okay, well, let's try this Waterstones. Wait, there's another Waterstones? Yeah, so we ended up going into so many Waterstones. I did not know there was that many in London. It's ridiculous. Do I want to go to Batlingwoods with you? Let me know when it is, and I can book the week off. So I won't say no to that. Oh, I'm dying. I am dying. Uh, like I would rather have a runny nose than the cough. But I don't have the runny nose anymore. That lasted a day. Like it was a day. It's just the sore throat and cough. Sore throat's mostly gone. Actually, it's just the cough left. But 9 days, chat. I'm annoyed. I don't want to be ill anymore. But yes, let me know when, because then I can book it off. I don't think I got any allocation for this year's, so it'd have to be on next year's. But yeah, definitely 100%. Okay, no worries. Text me when you when you look into it. I still have the same number, different phone, same number, and I actually hate the phone. I'm actually using my phone right now, the new one, to face track, which is why I can get all these expressions without actually using the toggles. Technology, I love it and I hate it. I currently have an empty space infection, and it's annoying me. Yeah, I mean, you've definitely got it much worse, much worse. But I'm just sick and tired of being sick and tired. Like, I probably should have phoned in sick over the weekend at work, but I was just like, well, I've already had one day off sick, which was the third day. I did phone in sick for that day, and I was like, well, I'll probably be better by the weekend. Turns out I was in fact not better by the weekend. I was still just as bad. At one point, the I don't want to give names away because they're not social peoples. The T, I'll just leave it at that. T in work was really worried about me because I was having a coughing fit. Like, I was a lot worse than I am now, and I was like literally dying because I couldn't breathe. Hello, Loki. I hear you at my door, but you're not coming in. Sorry, honey. And so I was physically unable to breathe. I was coughing that much, and she was like, you should have like phoned in sick over the weekend, because you're not good." I was like, "Yeah," but at the same time, I didn't want people to think I was just like taking the piss. No, Loki, go on. I'm a little bit busy, honey. I know what you want, and I can't give it to you. Sorry, honey. Dog's at the door. Um, and so it's like it's the last weekend before Christmas. It's gonna be busy. And I don't want people thinking I'm taking the piss by phoning in sick over the Christmas weekend, and then thinking like I'm just like faking it to get out of it. So I wouldn't do that normally, but I didn't want them thinking that that's what I was doing. So I just like grin and bared it and went in, and they were just like, "No, you're really sick. You shouldn't have come in." I'm just like, "Well, too late now. I'm here." Um, but yeah, I kind of scared T because it was just like couldn't breathe because I was coughing so much. That's how bad I was. Realistically, I should have probably gone home, but I'm a stubborn bitch. I'm stubborn. No, I get it. Sorry, I didn't mean to imply anything. I was just, yeah. You know what I'm like. You know what I'm like. Yeah, yeah. You knew it. Yeah. Okay. He's sweet, bless him. I think it's because I'm talking to someone and he doesn't know um who I'm talking with. Loki, no, honey. I know I would usually let you in, but I'm kind of busy and I kind of need my space. I think he just wants a W. So he comes up to let me know. Or it could be food. There could be food downstairs. He wants some, but he doesn't get some from me because he's on a diet. So it's either the W word. I can't say it because otherwise that'll hype him up, or it's food, which probably shouldn't also say. But they're the only two times he comes up and demands my attention. But I can tell it's him because he's the only one that'll scratch at my door. Rufus doesn't do that. He'll pace at my door and I can hear his tippy tappy paws, but he won't scratch the door, whereas Loki does. Do I still have my inhalers now? I probably should still have an inhaler, but because I don't need it, majority of the time, I've never really thought about going back and getting one. It's only this cough that's caused so much problems. Like, if I wasn't ill, I'd be 100% fine. It's weird. I think I went back on the inhaler once. When was that? When was that? Was I in that place? where we both work when I went back on the inhaler. Because I stopped needing it around about age 7, I think, if I remember. And then I had to go back on it for a year because the heat and the dust was so bad. I was in the other room, the room occupied by another person. You know who it is. When was that? Early 2000s, late early 2000s, I think. It wasn't recent. It was a little while ago. So I don't remember if I was actually working in that place. It might have been before I went back. Well, before I started, I should say, not before I went back. I knew what I meant to say. Okay, so you knew me, so I must have been working in that place at that time when I had it. When did I start working in that place? It was like 14. No, it must have been more than that. So, the place has been open for like, what, 16, 17 years, right? God, time has just flown. Anyway, besides the point. I have been back on the Halo once. Didn't last too long. It was just during the really bad summer that we had. I know you, that I don't own you. Uh, are they there tomorrow? I'm not sure. I know they were working today. I think they're back now. I think. I know little one isn't, or wasn't. Might be. I don't know. Things keep changing. I'm so confused. I'm so confused. They're either there or they're not. I'm not 100% sure. Either way, you probably won't have to worry. I don't think they'll be awake that early. 2007. Oh, good God. You make me feel old. I mean, I am old, but besides the point. Man, that's just under 20 years ago. Uh, okay, it was longer than I thought it was. I was hoping it would only be in the 10 digits, not. But I suppose it still technically is. Still technically is. Uh, yeah, well, pretty much me at the moment too, so don't worry. All I'm gonna say is burns and bridges and just tolerating. That's all I'm gonna say. I think that's all that I need to say. They're there. They exist, and I unfortunately know they exist. And I don't think I'm gonna get rid of them somehow. So something tells me. Uh, yes, I do. Let me just check it. Oh, okay, yes. No. Unless Papa says, oh God. That might be closer than you think. Maybe. Let's just say, people are more than me is annoyed right now. More than just me. I mean, it was only supposed to be for like a couple of months. That was it, and it's almost Christmas number 2. So tomorrow will be Christmas number 2. Uh, maybe I just need to be blunt and say, get lost. uh, anyway, I am going to log off because my throat is starting to feel the effects of yapping so much. But it was nice seeing you, Steph, and I will definitely 100% see you tomorrow. I will set a timer so I'm actually up. I'll be awake, because my coughing has decided that I need to be awake at stupid o'clock in the morning, and struggle to get back to sleep. So sleep, yes. What is sleep? I don't know what sleep is anymore. But yeah, I'll see you tomorrow, 100%. Even if I have to set a timer. We all know what I'm like with mornings. Oh, did we have a dark? Oh, we did do a dark mode. I couldn't remember if I put in a dark mode. Sparkles. That's not a model toggle, by the way. That's just an effects in VTube Studio. What else do I have? Oh, I still have the hidey hands. Oh, and my rabbit ears. That's more of a meme. That is not part of the model. It's a meme. But for some reason, what was I doing? I was doing something, and rabbit ears ended up being involved, and I don't know why it's become a meme, but it has. Yeah, I'll go. What's the time now? Yeah, I'll let the fam know. It's not even 8 o'clock yet. I thought it was later, to be honest. Yeah, you can call me Yukiro, Yuki, Fate, Idiot. No, please don't call me idiot. Yeah, Yukiro's fine though. I will see you tomorrow, and I'll see you chat. Maybe later in the week. Maybe what day is it tomorrow? Thursday, and it's Christmas Eve, so not tomorrow. I'm working Saturday. Hmm. I don't know when I'm free. When am I free? Like I'm only working Monday, which is gone, and Saturday this week. But because it's Christmas, it's kind of like hell. So yeah, I'm probably going to lose tracking for just a brief second. Where is my house next week? I am dying. Okay. Okay, I'm not entirely sure when I'm free next week. Maybe Tuesday, maybe Wednesday. But I'll probably be doing collabs with. Actually, I'll send Saturday. Saturday, I'm doing a collab. I can't remember what game we're playing, but it'll be after work, so it'll be fairly late for you guys. I think it'll be 8 o'clock my time, roughly. Maybe a little bit sooner. Depends on how fast I can get out of work. That's all I'm gonna promise at the moment. But I will be streaming a game Saturday. I don't remember what one it was though. Was it? I don't think it was Phasmo. Barony, maybe? It might be Barony. Don't quote me on that because I can't remember. But it might be Barony Saturday. I know I'm doing a collab. So I will see you Saturday. In which case, if you're asleep, I won't see you Saturday, but you're more than welcome to watch the repeat. But I will see you earlier, maybe Wednesday next week. I think I'm off then. So I will see you guys later. Bye for now.